Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? So it's a new tent time and a little bit of a review. Most of the time when I go camping, I go static camping, and by that I mean I'll turn up at a campsite, pitch my tent, and I'll stay there for 2, 3, 4, however long nights, go out doing my hiking during the day and keep the tent in the same spot. And I just find at my age that it's not difficult, but I find it a pain with these small tents, crawling in and out of the tents. You're forever crouching down. You've not got much room to get changed and things like that. So I thought I'd get a tent with a little bit more comfort in my later years. So I had a look on the internet, started looking around, and two-man tents, there aren't really any that you can stand up in. There are a few three-man tents that you can stand up in, but generally the vast majority of tents are 4-person plus if you want to be able to stand up in them. That was one of my first priorities, or it was the main priority. I wanted to be able to stand up in the tent. I'm 6 foot tall, so it just feels a lot more comfortable if you can stand up. The second priority I had was, a lot of the time when I go camping, I'm actually camping by myself. So I wanted a tent that looks fairly easy to pitch. You'll find with a lot of these tents, it takes 2, 3, 4 people to actually pitch them up, especially the larger ones. So I wanted one, like I say, that looks fairly easy for one person to pitch. So that's when I came across this tent. It's the Vango Teepee Air 400. Now the thing that struck me about this tent first off was its design. It's very, very unique, and I haven't really come across anything similar. I'm sure there are 1 or 2 similar tents out there, but like I say, I didn't come across them. So I started looking into it. Now from the name teepee, you'd presume it was a teepee style tent. Well, it is sort of. And then from the name Air, and on the bag it's got airbeam, you'd think it was an airbeam tent. Well, it is sort of. It'll all become apparent once I've got the tent pitched. So, as regards my 2 main priorities, there are very, very few videos on YouTube of people with this tent, and the main ones are retailers who've obviously got the tent in stock. They want you to have a look at it and possibly purchase it. But from those videos, it was quite apparent that I would be able to stand up in the tent. So that's priority number 1 looked after. Now, priority number 2. Again, I was looking around on YouTube, in fact everywhere, and I couldn't find one video of anybody pitching this tent. Now, the retailers that were showing the videos, they'd already got the tent pitched. So, you know, I suppose I'm taking a bit of a gamble. But the tent itself, it's only got 1 airbeam and 1 pole. So to my mind, that should make it reasonably easy to pitch. All being well. We shall see. Right, Vango say that it takes 15 minutes to pitch this tent. Now, I always have a little chuckle to myself when these tent manufacturers put a pitching time on. They'll put the pitching time, but they never put how many people are pitching it. So is that 15 minutes for 1 person pitching the tent, 2 people, 3? Who knows? They never seem to put that on. So we shall have to see. I also had a wish list of other features I like in the tent, but that wish list, it was sort of, if I came across a tent that I liked and it didn't have one of the features that I was wanting, it wasn't going to be a deal breaker. I'd still look into that tent. But this particular tent, it seems to have everything that I wanted on the wish list and more. So we'll see once we've got it all pitched up. Now the pack size, as you can see, it is quite large. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but I'd say that's 3 foot by 2 foot by 18 inches, something like that anyway. Having said that, this pack, it's an extra large pack, so there's plenty of room inside. You've got compression straps and there's an extra large wide opening, so it should be fairly easy to get the tent back into the bag, which is not the case with a lot of tents. It weighs in at a hefty 16 kilos, so it's certainly not a backpacking tent. And would you want to put this size of pack on a motorcycle? I don't know. If you've got a big bike, then maybe, yeah. As regards the 16 kilos in the size, it's not a problem to me, because obviously I'll be bringing it in my car. So I think without further ado, we shall try and get this tent pitched up and see how easy it is to actually pitch. About 15 minutes of filming and not realised that I'd recorded everything in hyperlapse instead of switching it back to video. So here we are again. I'll try again. Right, we've got the tent up of a sort. Apologies, I had to stop the video. I was having a problem with the airbeam and I couldn't figure out why it kept collapsing. And then, yeah, simple as that, I haven't put enough air pressure in. So up to that point it'd take me about 20 minutes, and then once I got the airbeam sorted out, it only took me about another 10 minutes to get the rest of the tent up. So this is it. The first thing you'll notice is this porch area. It's good, but I wish that door had been straight down. For some reason it's tapered all the way down, because from the back point there to this point, I'd say is about 6 foot at least. But then because the door's tapered down, you've probably only got about that much space where you're actually covered by this canopy. Having said that, it means you can sit in your tent, have your cooking stuff outside and cook to your heart's content. You're not going to get the stuff in, the smells and what have you inside the tent. And these two big wing things. Again, they taper up, so you've got plenty of room. They go out for about, what, 4 foot. You can leave your boots in here, you can leave a rucksack in here, any stuff, and it's protected from the elements. Like now, I'm stood up here. I've got what, about that much room in front of me. So if it does start raining, I can stand up in here, not get wet, hopefully. There's loads of these bloody horseflies about. They're eating me alive. Anyway, it's got an absolutely massive front door. And the only problem with it I can see is you can start unzipping it, but you can't actually reach the top until you've unzipped this, moved inside the tent, and then just reach up and unzip the rest of it, which seems a bit strange. Like I say, I wish this door had come down more vertical rather than this slanted. But anyway, we'll have a look around the tent and take a look at it. Right, as I say, I really like the look of this tent. I reckon the next time I pitch it, and now that I know what I'm doing, because this is the first time I've actually pitched it, I've not even had it out of the bag. I just looked in the bag, checked that the pole was there and the pegs. As regards that pole at the front, I did say it's one pole. It is actually 3 poles that all fit together, so it's no great problem. Bit of a fiddle to actually get it up, but you'll get there. I reckon I could put this tent up in about 20 minutes next time. On the Vango website, they say that these poles are fiberglass. They are certainly not fiberglass, they are steel, which obviously adds to the weight. I personally think it's a really good looking tent. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Excuse the pegging out and what have you, I've still got to go around and sort everything out. Got the logo there. Now underneath the logo it says Sentinel 3000mm waterproof fabric, lights out darkened bedroom and fire retardant meets EN5912. Now as regards the Sentinel, that's Vango's Sentinel fabric. It's basically polyester. But all the seams are factory sealed and taped up, and like I say, it's 3000mm hydrostatic head. Now tomorrow there is a weather warning for thunderstorms, so it may get a workout tomorrow. We shall have to wait and see. As I say, it's polyester, and within this polyester fabric, Vango use what they call colour lock technology. It means basically that the processes that they use to dye the material are a lot more environmentally friendly, and the colour lock part of it means that under normal circumstances, once they've been exposed for prolonged periods of time, tents will start to lose the colour. But because it's got this colour lock technology in it, it should last, or the colours should last a lot longer. Now, this part here, this is where you actually blow the air beam up. This bung here, and when you put the pump in, they both twist and lock. So they lock in place, they can't come out. Oh, I forgot to mention, up at the top of the teepee part there, there is an air vent, as you can see. Now, I presume that's going to be permanently open, because I don't know how you get to it to shut it. So, because it's about, well, it's got to be at least 8 foot tall, this tent, at its highest point, at least. Anyway, going around the back, something I didn't realise it had. If you can see this flap here that I've pegged out. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, but underneath there, it's a mesh panel, and it's about 4 foot long. You can actually roll this up if you want to, but I've just pegged it out. There's a mesh panel under there, obviously helps with airflow and helps with the condensation. Like I say, excuse the pegging out at the moment. I've got to go around and sort it all out. Now, on both sides you've got a window. Now the thing I like about this top part is all clear plastic. This bottom part is all mesh. So again, helps with the airflow and stops condensation. Now down in this little corner here, I don't know if you can make out this symbol, but underneath there is a hole that can be zipped up that goes through to the tent, and that's where you can put your electric cable if you've got an electric hookup. Very good. Yeah, all in all, so far I'm very, very impressed with the tent. Let's get inside and have a look inside, see what we've got. Right, see if we can do this one-handed. It's always a good sign if you can have a good zip. Yep. But like I say, that's about as far as I can get. I can't get up to the top until I get inside the tent. Anyway, this main door, you can roll it back. You've got points there to and toggles, so you can roll it up. In fact, let's just excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to toggle that up roughly. Now, on my wish list, and I don't know if you can make it out through the camera, but this is a full mesh door, which again, once you've got this main door rolled up, it's coming on. Once you've got this main door rolled up, the airflow should be absolutely fantastic with that big panel at the back and the two windows at the side. Anyway, let's get inside and have a look. Again, can we do it with one hand? Yeah, easy, nice zip. Zips down at the bottom as well, across. So we'll get inside and have a look what we've got. I'll just zip this back up so no bugs can get in. Yeah. The ground sheet, it is fully sewn in all the way around. So you pitch this tent all as one. You can't take it apart or anything like that. Now, as I say, I'm 6 foot tall. In this middle part here, with my back up to the bedroom door, I would say there's probably at least 3 foot of headroom. Now the only problem with that is, with this door that tapers down, alright, I can go from side to side, but I'd say I've only got probably about 2 foot before my head touches the door. But at least that's priority number one. I can stand up in here. Right, this is the main air beam that goes up. As I say, at the top there, it's got to be 8 foot. It is zipped all the way along, so that if you do have a problem with a puncture, you can actually unzip it all and repair the puncture. These windows, like I say, it's fantastic. That wasn't on my wish list, but I'm pretty pleased it got them. Like I say, you've got this plastic, and then at the bottom half is all mesh. And what you can do if it does get a bit cool, you can zip this panel up halfway, covering the mesh, but still get your light coming through from the windows. Really good idea. And I much prefer having a zipped sort of inner window, blind or whatever, rather than having to roll it up all the time. I've just left this on the floor, but you can roll it up. There are some points here that you can tie it all up. And just in the corner there, I don't know if you can make it out, that's where your electric cable will come through if you're hooked up to electricity. Now the bedroom, yes, it is quite quite large. It is Vango's what they call lights out technology, which means it's a darkened bedroom, so it lets a lot less light in. So in those early mornings in the summer when it's getting light at about 4 or 5 o'clock, it should be nice and cosy in there. I've got a double inflatable air mattress and there's going to be loads of room in there for that. I'd say though, 2 adults and 2 children would be fine here, but 4 adults I think it'd be very, very cosy. It's the same with this living area, because all the sides of the tent are sort of tapered. You're only round sort of this area and this area where you can sit comfortably without banging your head against the side of the tent. Certainly you can't sit in that corner, you'd have to move around a bit or move in. Let's have a look inside this bedroom, what we've got. Got pockets there. I don't know what it is, I can't read, it's too dark. Have we got any other pockets? Can't see any. Oh yeah, we've got pockets at that side as well. Oh, we've got a pocket there as well. A pocket. So we've got 3 pockets at either side. Again, you can roll your door up so you can let the air through. I should imagine it's going to be really, really good at keeping condensation out. This in a tent is apparently breathable polyester, and again that helps with the condensation. Now on the videos I've seen from the retailers, apparently what you can do, these 2 clips at the top, you can unclip them and you've still got your sleeping area, but it gives you sort of a lot bigger space, although it's not really usable because you can't get to it because of the bedroom. But, yeah. Right, I'm going to get all these guy lines sorted out. Oh, that's the one on the other side, same as the other one. Half PVC and half mesh. Yeah, I'm going to get all the guy lines sorted out, get all my stuff inside. But to start with, I am really, really impressed with this tent. There's going to be absolutely loads of space for 1 person. Loads of space for 2 people. As I said, this living area is probably going to be a bit cosy if you've got 4 in. But 2 adults and 2 kids shouldn't be a problem. Right, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. That's the view, local farmhouse and what have you from my window. You might be able to make out 1 or 2 spots of rain. It looks like it's started raining again. As I say, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up please. If you want to see more stuff like this, I say I'm not going to, but I'm not intending buying another tent this year, so I won't be doing another tent review. But I do a lot of hiking, stuff like that, both at home and abroad. If that's your sort of thing, think about subscribing to the channel, and thanks very much everybody for watching.